your tutorial on easy sweet potatoes made in the oven. And all you need is obviously a couple sweet potatoes. Preheat your oven to 400, and we are going to slice these into rounds. Knife. Cut the ends off, set them aside, and then you're going to slice about 1/4 inch thick. Once you have all of your sweet potato rounds cut, you're going to take some olive oil. I use a spray misto. I'm not going to say it works the best, but it works. And then you're going to take your baking pan. I use Williams and Sonoma baking pans. They're worth every penny to me. Really, really awesome. Anyway, you're just going to spray it lightly. And then you're going to dump all of your sweet potato rounds onto your pan. And spread them out all nice and neat. And once you have them all arranged, you're going to take your olive oil yet again. And these things are a little bit messy, so I always turn on the vent fan, so it's going to be loud for a second. Sorry. See, it's always kind of a little bit messy. But these things right here, they don't spray out very much, but they do spray a very good, even aerosol type spray. You fill them yourself, and there's no chemicals in them as far as aerosol goes, so that's kind of nice. Okay, if you're on the 21-day fix, you have Autumn's spices, and I like to use the Mediterranean spice for this. It's just a really good mix of the garlic and onion and some of those Italian type herbs in there. And I may put a little bit of extra pepper onto the sweet potatoes and maybe just a pinch extra sea salt, but not very much. Alright, I've got these good and spiced up, and they're going to go in the oven at 400 for about 20 minutes. Depending on how hot your oven goes, you may want to watch them. They may only take 15, they may take 25. You know your oven the best, so just kind of go with it. Mine usually take about 20. Okay, here's another really good quick vegetable recipe that I like. Asparagus. Simply snap the ends off, and if you don't really know what I mean by snap the ends off, just snap the ends off. It's really not that hard. See, the ends are kind of like hard and woody a little bit, so just snap them off. Yeah, you may have to look up another YouTube video if you still don't get that. Anyway, still at 400, just like the sweet potatoes that we just put in the oven. And these take a little bit less time, so I always wait for the sweet potatoes to be in there for a couple minutes before doing this. They're a little bit crowded on the pan. You kind of want them in one layer, but I'd already gotten out the small pan, and I'm not getting out the other pan. Anyway, take your olive oil spray again, and alright, so now we've got a light mist of olive oil over all of that. And yet again, I like to use my Mediterranean spice from Autumn. And this kind of takes 2 hands because of my little spice dispenser, because if I dump it out of here, it'll come in one clump. So, hold on. Okay, depending on how thick they are, and these are kind of small, they usually only take about 15 minutes at 400. Really not more than that. If your oven's hot, again, watch them. I don't want you to burn your food and then blame me. If there's some thicker asparagus, which I had some massive, delicious asparagus when I was in Florida this past weekend, and it was like 3 times the size of this, I'm sure they would take much longer. So just kind of use your best judgment. Start out looking at them in about 12 minutes, and then kind of go from there. So yeah, both of these can go in the oven at the same time since they're at this temperature. The sweet potatoes I usually like to put on top because I want them to be a little bit more crispy and brown because I like them like that. The asparagus get crispy anyway, but they aren't really supposed to have those crisp spots on them. So I usually do it like that. Do it how you please.